Hey there guys, welcome to another video. In today's video I'm going to do an unboxing and first impressions of the Zero 8, and this is by a company called Infinix, and they were kind enough to send this out to a review. So this phone is not available in the United States, it's only available in a certain few countries, but it does come with quite a few features. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. So first we'll take a look at the packaging here before we open it up, and as you can see we have Infinix branding, this nice 8 and 0 right there, and then this kind of shiny holographic silver right here. On the side here we have that 08 branding and that holographic packaging there also, and then on the opposite side we get the same thing. On the bottom here we get some more information about it here. So it looks like I did get the silver diamond color here. On the top here it says Infinix. On the back here, we get some more details about the phone. So this does feature 128 gigs of storage and 8 gigs of RAM. It does have GPS, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth, a 4,500 milliamp hour battery. It does feature Android 10, has 2 front cameras, so it has a 48 megapixel camera as well as an 8 megapixel camera. It does have a quad rear camera setup featuring 64 megapixel primary sensor, 8 megapixel, 2 megapixel, and 2 megapixel sensors. Has quad flashlight as well. It does have a Helio G90T processor by Mediatek. It does support LTE, so 4G, 3G, and 2G. Have our dimensions right there. We do have a 6.85-inch full HD display with 90 Hz refresh rate, so that's pretty cool. And then the resolution of that is, of course, 2460 by 1080. And these have a bunch of different sensors as well. So we have a G sensor, E compass, L sensor, proximity sensor, fingerprint sensor, and gyroscope as well. And then we have all this information here at the bottom. So it does have liquid cooling technology, and it does have an ultra wide angle selfie cam, so that's what that secondary camera is for. It does have, of course, that big battery, and does have 33 watt fast charging, which is pretty cool as well. So let's go ahead and unbox it and see what we get in the box. Alright, so we get our phone right up front and center here, and as you can see we have some more of those specs that they mentioned on the back here. So it says Extraordinary Vision Master, 90 Hz display, 64 megapixel, 48 megapixel, and it does give you the sensor itself, so it uses an IMX686 Sony sensor on there. And then we get our G90T as well as more information about that. And taking a look at the back, you can see this interesting diamond pattern camera setup we have here, and we have Infinix branding. It does show you that we have the volume keys right here on the side as well as our power. We'll take a look at that and more in just a moment. So taking a look at what else we get inside the box, you can see we have a little pamphlet, and that tells you everything that's in here. So we have, looks like our SIM eject tool, headphones, charger, and phone itself. So there is our SIM eject tool right here. That's our SIM eject tool right there. In our documentation here, we get customer service card. We do get a plastic film screen protector. Don't see that that often anymore. And we do get some pretty interesting stickers. So of course they're holographic just like the box. 0808 Infinix, the future is now. We also get our registration process. So if you wanted to register for X Club, which I assume is some sort of customer support for them, you got all that good stuff there. Now, along with that, we actually also get a case. So you also get a little TPU case. And of course, this is not going to be anything special, but it is nice that they include it because, you know, a lot of budget phones don't really have a lot of cases available as is. So to have one right out of the box is really, really nice. This is not the best thing in the world. This is definitely a flimsy case, but nevertheless good to have. We also get a set of earbuds here. And as you can see here, we have right and left, and they look like they have kind of this metallic thing going on the stock of it. And then you can see on here we also have metallic right there, and judging by this, I'm gonna guess that this phone has a headphone jack, which is pretty cool. We also get our charging cord here. So we do have, looks like USB-C to USB-A, and it looks like it does have an orange accent color on the cord itself, which is pretty cool. And last but not least, we do get our charger here, and this one is 33 watts. So as you can see, we have USB input. It is orange, and this must be a UK plug, but man, that is a beefy plug right there. And here you go, everything from the box laid out here. So for $250, you get quite a bit. So you do get the phone itself, you get a case, you do get your charger, your adapter, and headphones. That's pretty awesome. All right, so now let's go ahead and unwrap it and turn it on for the first time. So we've got our beautiful 6.5-inch display right there. So here is the phone here. So of course we have this nice diamond pattern camera setup right there. Everything is matte on the back here. So it is plastic, you know, not glass or anything. Feels all right. We do have Infinix branding right there. We do have our regulatory stuff right there at the bottom. And as you can see here, we have our power key, or this is our volume right here. Our power key looks like it's integrated with the fingerprint scanner, kind of like Samsung there. We do have a nice thin profile on the phone here. Going on the bottom here, you can see we have a speaker, we have our USB-C, we have our headphone jack, which is great to see. We have a microphone as well. And then on the opposite side, we do have a SIM slot right there. And on the top, we have nothing. So let's go ahead and turn it on for the first time. See if we have some power. We do have some power. So we get Infinix, powered by Android. And I believe that their skin is called XOS. Yes. All right, based on Android 10. And then we'll just go through our setup process real quick and get to our home screen. Check out what we got. All right, so here we are after it's set up now. So you do have face unlock as well as a fingerprint scanner, and that works pretty well. As you can see here, it goes right to the lock screen. So you can actually set it to go to the lock screen instead if you don't want it to go right to the home screen. And as you can see, it is now going to look for my face. Let's see if it actually pops up. So if it does work, it'll show a little animation right here to let you know it has recognized your face, which is pretty cool. This is the default wallpaper that shows up on here. You do have a couple other ones that are included here with the phone, and they're all kind of these bubbly, kind of abstract looking wallpapers. So, but they look pretty nice, and they have a couple of them included. You also have this thing called X theme included in here, and that gives you quite a few other options as far as wallpapers and themes. Some of them cost money, some of them are free, but you have quite a few options if you wanted to change things up. Now, if you go to the left of the screen, you can see we have a list of recent apps. We do have wallpapers and hot themes from that same X themes thing that I just showed you. You also have this thing called instant games, and here's unlimited instant games. And basically what those do is you tap on them, they go to Chrome, and you can just play them in the browser. You do have this thing called Phone Master, and Phone Master offers to clean your phone, boost the RAM, give you battery saving mode, help data saving, and cooling for some reason. You also have a weather widget and clock widget. Now, unfortunately, this Phone Master thing can't be uninstalled. And if you do go to delete an app, it pops up and asks if you want to clean it. So it's one of those kind of apps. Not really a fan of those. So as you can see here, we have a couple of different things that are stock that are included. You, of course, have your Google apps, and then you have something called Palm Store, AI Gallery, of course, Xtheme, which I just showed you. Some of these apps I've installed myself, but you do have Instagram and Messenger already pre-installed. You have this freezer, which is kind of interesting. So I guess if you have an open app that you wanted to freeze to save up some memory, you can put it in there. Kind of interesting. X Club, Aha Games, Xshare. Xshare is kind of interesting. So it will let you share applications, images, videos, music with someone else that has the same app, which is kind of weird. So you can, I guess, sideload applications to another device if they have this Xshare thing. You have, of course, YoParty, Magic Line, Facebook, all these things. Let's see, can we uninstall? So you can uninstall the majority of these, but like I said, something like Phone Master you can't uninstall, which is unfortunate. This does have a really nice display. So 90 hertz display, really fast and fluid. Of course, you can't really tell over this because I will tell you it is very fluid. So in our app drawer here, you can see we have more ads for those instant games, which is unfortunate. You can, however, search for an app right here, which is really nice. They do have their own keyboard in here, but of course you can switch to the Google keyboard or whichever keyboard you want to use. And you can just scroll right through each letter to find your apps, which is really nice. So only thing that kind of sucks, of course, a couple of these redundant apps that are not really necessary, as well as these just bloatware, just junk. But at least a lot of it you can get rid of. So another thing here that's pretty nice is, of course, you get a lot of different cameras. So we do have 2 cameras up front here. So you have a 48 megapixel camera as well as an 8 megapixel ultra wide camera. And then on the back of you have a 64 megapixel primary sensor, as well as I believe a macro ultra wide and another 8 megapixel sensor. So you have quite a few cameras on here, and it can do portrait photos and all kinds of different stuff here. So looking in the camera app, you can see we have quite a few options. We have short video, we have video, we have AI cam, we have beauty, we have bokeh, super night mode, and it does take pretty good pictures. However, I'll show you those pictures in the full review. And of course, you can take them at their full high resolution. So if you want to take it from the back, it'll be 64 megapixels. From the front, 48 megapixels. And of course, again, you have that wide angle right here. You've got 1x and 2x, and it goes up to 10x. And then on the front, you do actually have a full wide view. So you can see this goes really, really wide, which is pretty nice. And then you have a regular view. So I know this kind of punch hole camera with the 2 cameras isn't always super popular, but I think that it's pretty cool that you are getting a wide angle in there too. So if you do take pictures with a lot of your friends, that's pretty beneficial. So here's our current Android version out of the box. So it does have Android 10, and it's on the July 5th security patch level. It does actually have an update available. However, I can't do that right now because it is too low in battery. And it is running XOS Dolphin version 7.0.0. Out of the box, you can see here, so out of 128 gigs, we're only using a little bit. So 116 gigs are available to use. On our RAM currently, just with what I just did here, 8 gigs, so 4.57 is available out of the 8 gigs. So while in settings, I did notice this game mode, so that's kind of cool. So it looks like this will improve the performance while you have a game open. So that's pretty nice. So you can turn that on, and you have an assistant panel as well on the side of the game. So I'll have to test that out later, but that's pretty cool. Another thing I noticed here is this does actually have the ability to use 2 SIM cards. So you have 2 SIM cards as well as your SD card in that little side slot. So that's pretty nice. So you can have 2 different phone numbers and switch between them. Pretty cool. And then just to show you the case that it comes with, so of course I showed that a little bit earlier, and it is kind of a flimsy case, but it doesn't look bad, and it shows off the phone. So it also kind of hides the bump a little bit, so that's pretty nice. And have a nice wide cutout for our power and fingerprint scanner right there. So it's not bad overall, and I'm pretty glad that they included it with the phone. So as for my first impressions of the Infinix Zero 8, I think it is a pretty nice phone. So you're getting quite a lot for the price. So I think for that, it is definitely worth it in itself. So you get this really nice display, 6.85-inch 1080p display, 90 hertz refresh rate. And of course, you can't really see that on camera, but it is absolutely fluid, really, really nice. You do have quite a few cameras on here. So you have 2 cameras up front here, an ultra wide selfie and a regular selfie, 48 megapixel too. On the back, you get quad camera setup right there. We do have a fingerprint scanner on the side as well as face unlock, so that works pretty well. Haven't tested out the speakers or a lot of other things, but I'll definitely get into that. A lot of storage, good amount of RAM, and of course it comes with the case, comes with the charger, the adapter, and headphones. I mean, this thing is packing a lot for the price. So far, I'm really impressed with it. I'll definitely continue testing it and give you my final thoughts in a review later on down the road. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this quick unboxing and first impressions of the Infinix Zero 8. Stay tuned for the next video. If you did like this one, hit that like button. If you want to see more like this, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video.